Well, I guess I have to give Christopher Nolan his credit. The Odyssey came out about almost a month ago. People showed up, and the movie made a shitload of money. We're talking over $1 billion worldwide. In fact, The Odyssey has become Christopher Nolan's highest grossing movie ever. So yeah, remember when I was sitting here skeptical about the movie before it came out? The box office has officially answered one question. People absolutely wanted to see this thing. But there's another question I've been getting. Have I seen it yet? Nope. And honestly, I probably won't see it anytime soon. Let me explain. Before the Odyssey came out, I made a couple of videos talking about why I wasn't sold on it. I didn't like the casting, I wasn't impressed by the trailers, some of the dialogue sounded too modern for me, the accents bothered me, and I said I wanted to wait and see what regular audiences thought instead of immediately jumping on the hype train because critics were calling it a masterpiece. Well, regular audiences showed up, big time. The movie opened to roughly 124 million domestically and 264 million worldwide, giving Nolan the biggest worldwide opening of his career. And now it's crossed $1 billion, so I'm not going to sit here moving the goalposts. Commercially, the movie is a massive success, period. The financial success doesn't automatically mean that I'm interested in seeing something, and that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Despite all the hype, all the reviews, all the money it's making, I still haven't seen the Odyssey, and at this point, I'm not exactly rushing to the theater. That doesn't mean I suddenly think it's terrible. I can't tell you whether it's terrible. I haven't seen the damn movie. Maybe it's fantastic. Maybe I watch it and end up eating every single thing I said before. That's entirely possible. But here's the thing. I just don't have that much interest in modern movies anymore. And the Odyssey hasn't done enough to overcome that for me. This is bigger than Christopher Nolan. Over probably the last 10 years or so, I've become extremely selective about newer movies. I still watch them, but there has to be something about the movie that really grabs my attention. Because most of the time, I'd rather put on something from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, or the early 2000s. Give me a movie I've already seen 20 times and I'll probably have more fun watching that again than gambling on 2 to 3 hours of a new Hollywood blockbuster. And I'm not saying old movies were all masterpieces, hell no. Hollywood made plenty of garbage back then too. The difference is, I feel like older movies were more willing to have their own identity. Different actors, different directors, different budgets, different kind of stories. Today, I look at a major release and I just don't feel that excitement anymore. There is one genre where I'm much more willing to give newer movies a chance. Horror. Horror is probably the biggest exception for me. Give me something creepy, something supernatural, a creature feature, psychological horror, survival horror, a good slasher. Some weird low budget movie where I have absolutely no idea what the hell is going to happen. I'll probably give that a shot, because horror still occasionally surprised me. And outside of movies, I watch a lot of documentaries and documentary style content. Cars, automobile history, engineering, history in general, science, nature, wildlife. I'll sit down and watch somebody explain how an engine was designed or how some obscure historical event happened before I automatically watch whatever $250 million movie Hollywood is pushing out this week. That's just where my interests are now. That's where the Odyssey finds itself with me. The movie has clearly found its audience, actually found its audience. Might be underselling it. The damn thing made more than $1 billion. Christopher Nolan clearly knew what he was doing from the commercial standpoint, and I'll give him credit for that. Especially because this isn't Marvel, this isn't Star Wars, and it isn't another spin-off to a decade-old franchise. It's a nearly 3-hour rated R adaptation of an ancient Greek epic poem that reportedly cost around $250 million. And people showed up for it. That's actually impressive. But does that suddenly make me want to spend money to go see it in theaters? Not really. I'm still looking at the cast and thinking, I'm still remembering how I felt watching the trailer, and I'm still not excited about to go out my way and go see it. Now, does that mean I'll never watch the Odyssey? Probably not. I'll most likely eventually see it, but realistically, it's probably going to happen when the movie lands on streaming service. One night I'll be sitting around looking for something to watch, I'll see the Odyssey sitting there, and I'll think, alright Nolan, let's see what all the damn fuss was about. And honestly, that might be a better way to watch it for me anyway, because by then the hype will all be died down, the arguments will have died down, the box office numbers won't matter anymore, and I'll just be sitting there watching the movie. And then I can judge it completely on my own. I've said that since the first video in this little Odyssey series. If I eventually watch it and it's great, I'll say it's great. I'm not going to pretend I hated something just because I criticized it before it came out. That's stupid. If Matt Damon completely disappears into Odysseus, I'll give him credit. If the casting worked better in context, I'll say that. If Nolan somehow takes everything I was worried about and makes it work, then I'll come right back here and tell you I was wrong. But the opposite is true too. If I finally watch it and I'm sitting there thinking, yep, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be, oh, we're definitely making that video too. So yeah, the Odyssey won, at least at the box office. There's really no argument there. It had a massive opening, kept making money, crossed $1 billion, and became Christopher Nolan's biggest movie ever. That's impressive. I'm still not rushing out to see it, but not because I need the movie to fail, not because I'm trying to prove my original opinion right. I'm just very selective about newer movies these days. Horror gets most of my attention, cars, history, science, and nature documentaries get a lot of the rest, and when it comes to big modern Hollywood movies, something has to really grab me. And the Odyssey just hasn't. Maybe that'll change. Maybe 6 months from now I'll watch it on streaming and wonder why the hell I waited so long. Or maybe I'll make it 20 minutes and say I knew this was a fucking shit factory. Either way, when I finally watch it, you'll hear about it. But I'm curious about you guys. Who actually saw it? Now that the huge hype has settled a little, was the Odyssey really as good as everybody said? Was it worth seeing in theater? And especially if you were skeptical before release, did the movie change your mind? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.